Welcome to the Something to Think About podcast, where we take a closer look at what the Bible says about common questions. I am Andre Palmer. This week we want to continue our look on how to keep your thoughts clear. Last couple of weeks we looked on several ideas as to what can cause you to not have mental clarity, which can be you being dissatisfied, or your confidence being low on the job, in your marriage, children. Also, abusing your authority can also cause you to become distracted and not be alert. And sometimes circumstances can happen that cause you to shift your focus, and you're focusing on the problem and not possible solutions. The result of that, what we talked about last week, is increased anxiety, becoming abusive, unproductivity, and also depression. So this week we want to actually zero in now on how you can actually, let's give you 4 questions that you can use to achieve that mental clarity that you hope to achieve, that can help you to be more alert and also to help you to be more productive on the job and so on. Our core scripture remains the same as 1 Peter 5 verse 8, which says, "Keep your mind clear and be alert. Your opponent, the devil, is prowling around like a roaring lion as he looks for someone to devour." So when you're looking to get mental clarity, what you really want to do is really to get answers to what is happening, process all that you're going through, and to make decisions as to the way forward. But to make that decision, you really need answers to the questions that you have in your mind, things that you're thinking about. And the main thing is that, let's think about it. You just want some solutions as to make a decision to get rid of a problem that you're facing that is consistent. It's not going away, it's been there for a while. You haven't been able to resolve it. You may have a conflict with your spouse and you're thinking about how do you actually resolve this issue, because it's a really big problem. We're not even sure what's the way forward. Sometimes you may not be hitting your targets at work and you're not sure what is really the root of the problem, why you're not hitting your targets. And you're facing all sorts of pressure from all sides, and it may be threatening your job security as a result of you not being able to do your best work. And who doesn't want to do their best work? So for that, Solomon in Proverbs 3 verse 5 give us some tools that can help us to gain better clarity mentally. And it's 4 questions. And first question is, you need to be transparent about what is actually happening. So this question now, you have to be honest with yourself about exactly what is happening now. Is it something that you have faced before? Is it something similar that is happening over a period of time? How long has this been happening? Why has this been happening? And then even as to go as far as to say, what is triggering this event, behavior that is happening over a prolonged period of time, and go as detailed as to both sides of the story, both the accusation, if there is any, or your perspective as to what exactly is happening. Be as truthful as possible, because you have to have a foundation of where you need to start. Being transparent helps you to see with a clear mind, a 360-degree view of the situation itself. And also, you need to give a definition of what exactly the problem is. So if you're thinking about something and you're not sure what exactly is bothering you, then you won't be able to know what solutions can help you. Don't. Like if you're working in a store and somebody comes to you and said that they're having a difficulty with a product, they're not sure what it is, but they just want you to look at it to see if there's a problem or give them an exchange because the product not working. And when you check it out, product is working fine. But the person just not sure what exactly is the issue with the item. But how can this person justify the need an exchange or to bring back the product to get back their money if they're not sure exactly what is the issue with the product itself. So that's the reason why this first question is very important to answer, because now you have defined the problem, you've put it in a category of this is actually a timeline, the events, you lay them out on the table like, yo, this is the problem, this is happening, and it has been a problem for a long time, and I don't know what to do to resolve this problem, but we'll get there. But at least you know what the problem, to be transparent, to be honest. The next question, number 2, is your belief system about the issue itself. And leads now to the next question, which is, what do you believe about the current situation? How do you view the outcome? Is it impossible to resolve? Is it a case where you believe that the best thing is to give up? You understand? Is it a case where the outcome of what the problem of this thing looks so dark that you believe that the situation is hopeless? But look on it on the other side. What is the foundation? What's the value system where this problem is concerned? What do you believe? How do you respond? How did you respond to the issue? And what's your mindset towards this problem itself? So if you're having your output is low, do you believe that your output can change? And also, because you believe that your output is low and it's hopeless, how do you think you need to respond to the problem? So you need to identify now what is the belief system that you are thinking about. And if you really want the problem to be resolved, how are you looking at the problem in and of itself? What's your perspective at this point in time based on what is happening? What are you seeing? What do you believe about the issue in and of itself? Don't worry about whether or not the solution exists or whatever. You want to know, what do you believe? What is your mindset towards the problem? Is it negative or is it positive? Are you hopeless? That you just give up and you just want this problem go away? Or is it that, hey, this is the situation and I just want a solution, any solution that can help? Or based on your value system, this is the type of solution that you actually want to see happen in the situation, but you're not sure if it's even possible because your belief system, and if there's any other person involved in the matter, may be different. And your outlook versus their outlook is different. And if you're working in an organization and your performance is low, the output, the perspective of the company is that you need to improve your performance. And they believe that you can do it, or they might not believe that you can do it because you're affecting their profitability. So therein lies the problem. So the situation is that based on what is happening now, you believe that you may lose your job. Or in a case where a relationship, something happened, and based on the nature of the event or the incident that happened, you believe that this may affect your relationship, it may cause the end of it, or there's some way that you can resolve the matter. Or if you're a parent and something happened between you and your child, and based on the outcome, you think that your child hates you based on what is happening, based on what happened, and you believe that the relationship is irreparable. And you realize now, when you think that the situation is irreparable and you identify that this is what you believe, leads now to the next question, which is number 3, is that in order to achieve mental clarity, you need to be patient. So think about this question now. Based on what you believe, just say for argument's sake, believe that you're going to lose a job, your marriage is going to fail, your children or your family hates you, and that you're a failure. But what do you want to see happen now? This is now when you have to be patient with yourself. Ask yourself the question now. What exactly do you want to see happen? What is the result that you're looking for? So now, based on your belief system, based on the outcome, thinking about it on the job, you want to improve your performance. If you think about your relationship, you want to improve your marriage and mend the broken relationship with your family. And also, if you're a business person, you want to increase your profitability and to do what's necessary to increase your profitability so your business can survive. If you're in debt, you want to do what is necessary to get out of debt so that you can live a comfortable life. These are some questions. These are the responses or the answer that you need to be clear on to realize, based on what is happening to you, these are the things that you need to see happen to increase your clarity or your thoughts so that you don't have to think about all of these things. And when you're clear on these things, you realize that when you're clear on what you see happen, it gives you hope, gives you a target, gives you something to focus on. And it gives you the basis of the final piece of the puzzle is dependence. What kind of help do you actually need to enable you now to get the result that you want? So now that you're clear on the result that you want, you know what is happening, you see what you believe about the situation, and now you measure that now and compare that to see, then this is what you want to see happen, but this is what I believe. And when you look on those two things, ask yourself the question, does the two match? And if the answer is no, you realize where the gaps are. When you identify the gaps, now you need to ask yourself the question, what do I need help with? And you can see where the areas that you need some help with. And the next question now, under this now, who can help me resolve this problem? So if you've been following all along, you realize that now our core dependence is Jesus Christ. He can help you resolve all problems. Based on his word, there's principles that can help you when you apply them, you can see results over time. But sometimes we cannot do this journey alone. So now you're clear on what you need help with. Now you need to find a mature person, because not every counselor may be the right counselor for you. But you need somebody to sit with you, to stand by you, to help you now retool yourself to get all the information that you need and to build your capacity to resolve the problem or to help you to reach your goals faster. So fair enough, you can do this on your own, but when you can find somebody that can give you the blueprint and the keys to move from point A to point B in a few days as opposed to a few years, you realize now that having that support system in place will help you to achieve your goals faster. Solomon says, trust in the Lord with all thy heart and lean not to thy own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge him and he will direct your path. So that direction comes from the Holy Spirit showing you the way. When you look on the areas in the word where the gaps are. But also, when you have a support system in the form of a mature believer or a counselor, they can show you the path and give you some direction as to where you need to go. These 4 questions: what is happening? What do you believe about the situation? What do you want to see happen? What kind of help you need? Are those 4 keys that can help you unlock mental clarity. When you are clear about the type of help you need and what you want to see happen, and also clear about the situation itself and your belief system, you're able to make changes to resolve the situations that you're facing faster. You can improve your performance, improve your relationships with your family, also increase your profitability with your company because you're able to analyze the situation from a transparent perspective. And when you do this over time, you realize when you're getting the habit of evaluating problems and also focusing on the type of solutions you need and the type of help in the areas that you need help with, you realize that you spend less time thinking about these things. I hope you have gone through this week's podcast episode with a pen and a paper, that you can write down the answers to these 4 questions. And also, when you write down the answers to these questions, take the time to implement the solution. Anyway, that's it from me. Hope you have a wonderful week this week. And until we meet next week, where we wrap up this leg of the series, one love and God bless. And that's our show. Thanks for listening. I release a new episode of this podcast every Tuesday, wherever you listen to your podcast. If you find this information useful, please share this episode with a friend. This podcast was also brought to you by remlaministries.com. Resources to help you on your Christian journey, study guides, counseling, and more. For more information, visit our website at www.remlaministries.com.